This week, I had a client come to me and they were in a tough situation. They had purchased a home previously, but one of the spouses had lost their job and during that time, got into just a lot of really high interest credit debt. The problem with that high interest credit card debt is that when you have gone up high to close to that limit, your credit score drops. So they came in thinking, hey, I've got a little equity in my house. I think I want to refinance my house and pay off all of this debt. But a couple of things had happened. One, they bought their house about 3 years ago. So they had some equity, actually pretty good equity for 3 years. However, it wasn't enough equity to, at 80% loan to value, be able to pay off the old mortgage and all of the new credit card debt that they had. Secondly, they had originally, when I helped them, had about a 680 to 700 credit score. And now, because of that credit card debt being so high, even though they've made all their payments, their credit scores were sitting in the 620, which also isn't great for a refinance. We really looked at it and decided that there was enough equity in that house to sell the house, pay off the debts, and still keep about 3.5% down for the next purchase. FHA 620 is a very viable credit score for an FHA loan. 3.5% down is totally allowed. And yeah, the myth about having to be a first-time home buyer with FHA is not the case. So that's what we decided to do. They went in and they talked to a real estate agent. They were able to get their house listed and sold very quickly. They're now going to be able to pull the equity out from that sale. They're going to have the cash left over. They're going to put down all except for the 3.5% they need to buy the next house. And now they're starting up, and the monthly payment's going to be very similar to what they had before on their house. But now they're not going to have all of that extra debt that they were just drowning in when they had their first house. Now, in this situation, it was a win-win because they also were really wanting to get onto a different side of town, to a different school district. So this really worked for them. So this isn't for everyone, but it is something to think about. If you've got someone that doesn't have a ton of equity, but they do have some equity, and if they paid off their house and took what's left over, saved a little bit for the down payment on the next house, and then got out of debt with that, one, their credit scores are going to shoot up. Two, their debt relief is going to be instant. And really, it could be a game changer for someone that just got into a bad space and they can't get out of it. So remember, FHA is not just for first-time home buyers. You can do a 3.5% down loan, even if you've purchased a home before. And you can also sell your house, pull the equity out, pay off your first mortgage, pay off some of those really high interest debts that you've got, and then save a little nest egg just to go down on your next home purchase. This is a path that might work for some people that are in a debt cycle and they just can't seem to get out. Now remember, rechargingwithchampions.com, I will have this script for you. So if you want to go and make your own video with this information and reach that out to your market, make sure you go grab that script at rechargingwithchampions.com in the members area. Put it into your own words. Go and let the people that are in your sphere know, especially those that might be suffering for some debt drowning, that there is some options, even if they were told no when it came to a refinance.